Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nayotama Galen Hersantiago. My student number is 23108810002 and I'm from English Education Department, Islamic University of Florida. Today we will talk about pre-experimental design. So basically, pre-experimental designs are fundamental research frameworks employed to gain preliminary insight into potential relationship between variables. They are often utilized before conducting more rigorous experimental studies. So what the definition of the pre-experimental designs? A pre-experimental design involves the observation of one or more groups after they have been exposed to a treatment or intervention without the use of random assignment or control groups. This approach lacks the robustness of the true experimental designs, making it challenging to establish causal relationship. So what the importance and purpose of pre-experimental designs? The primary significance of pre-experimental designs lies in their ability to provide initial insight and assess the feasibility of conducting more comprehensive studies. They allow research to, number one, is test feasibility, evaluate the practicality of experimental setups before committing to more complex research. Number two is get preliminary data, obtain early indication of how an intervention might influence study variables. Number three is refine methodologies, identify and address potential issues in a research, design and implementation. Number four is cost effectiveness, conduct exploratory research with limited resources. So what actually this pre-experimental designs? Pre-experimental design is the simplest form of research design, involving the observation of subjects after they have been exposed to a treatment. It lacks key elements such as random assignment and control groups, which are essential for establishing causality. Despite this limitation, pre-experimental designs are valuable for exploratory research to determine if furthermore rigorous investigation is warranted. So, what's the type of pre-experimental design? So, there are three types of pre-experimental designs. Number one is one-shot case study design. A single group is exposed to a treatment and observations are made afterward. There is no pre-test or control group. For example, implementing a new teaching method in a classroom and assessing student performance post-intervention without baseline data. Number two is one group pretest post-test design. A single group is observed both before and after the treatment, allowing for comparison of the time. However, the absence of a control group limits the ability to attribute change solely to the intervention. For example, if we measuring student test scores before and after introducing a new curriculum to evaluate its impact. Number three is static groups comparison. Involves comparing a group that has received the treatment with one that has not without random assignment. Difference observed may be due to pre-existing disparities between groups rather than the treatment itself. For example, if you're comparing patient recovery rate in a hospital ward using a new therapy versus another ward using standard care. Next, we move to advantage of pre-experimental design. Those are three. Number one is exploratory insights, facilitate initial exploration of potential relationship between variables. Number two is research efficiency, require fewer resources and are simpler to implement compared to more complex experimental design. Number three is methodological development, aid in refining research instrument and producer for future studies. And then what the limitation of pre-experimental designs? There are three limitations. Number one is lack of internal validity. The absence of randomization and control groups make it difficult to rule out alternative explanation for observed effects. Number two is susceptibility to bias. Results are more prone to biases such as selection bias and confounding variables. Number three is limited generalizability. a finding may not be widely applicable due to the preliminary nature of the design. And then what's the application of pre-experimental designs? Pre-experimental designs are commonly applied in number one is educational research, testing a new teaching method or curriculum on a small scale before broader implementation. Number two is program evaluation, is assessing the initial impact of such a program or intervention. Number three is pilot studies, conducting preliminary research to inform the design of more rigorous experiments. Next, we move to characteristics of pre-experimental designs. There are three characteristics. Number one is single group focus, often involve only one group without a comparative control group. Number two is post-treatment observation. Observations are typically made after the treatment with or without a pre-test. Number three is non-random assignment. Participants are not randomly assigned to conditions, which can introduce selection bias. In the conclusion, these pre-experimental designs have notable limitations regarding establishing causality and controlling for biases. They play a crucial role in exploratory research by providing initial insights and guiding the development of more rigorous experimental. So I think that's all about pre-experimental designs that we just learned. I hope from those points can give nice feedback to you all. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.